Good evening and welcome to this very special State of the Nation address, which of course is our 5th anniversary since gaining our independence from South Africa and forming our country, the Cape of Good Hope. And what a remarkable 5 years those have been. And I'd like to thank each and every citizen of the Cape of Good Hope for your part in creating this magnificent success. And what have been the keys of our success? Well, there have been two. Firstly, we've created economic pragmatism. We've created an investment-friendly country where people want to come and do business. And we've seen people from within the Cape of Good Hope, people from South Africa and the rest of Southern Africa, and people from around the rest of the world flocking to the Cape of Good Hope to create businesses because they see it as a place where they can do business. They see it as the gateway to Africa. We've created policy certainty. We've got a skilled population, and actually it's a land of opportunity. And the result of that is that we've seen our economic growth reach the fantastic numbers of an average of 11.7% over the 5 years. And to put that into context, for the last 10 years prior to independence, we were averaging just 1.1% growth per year. And the result of this economic growth has been that we've seen unemployment reduce from over 25% to now 11.2%, and we're just within sight of getting into those magic single-figure numbers for unemployment. And of course, that has made a massive impact upon people's lives and allowed many people to get off of grants and into paid work and recover their dignity and start to take control of their own destiny. It's also allowed us as a country to invest in our infrastructure, and it's seen us creating magnificent schools and hospitals. It's allowed us to create, and it was a great privilege this year to unveil the Khayelitsha University, which now meant that we have got 3 major world-class universities here in the Western Cape, one of each of our 3 official languages, an English one at UCT. We've managed to start returning UCT to its former glory, having cleared out the woke people who were ruining that university. We've managed to take Stellenbosch University back to its roots as an Afrikaans university, and now we have Khayelitsha University, which of course is a Xhosa university. So these fantastic successes. So economic pragmatism has had a huge impact. The other part is creating this shared identity, moving away from worrying about how we all got here and what colour we are, and just recognising that as fellow citizens of the Cape of Good Hope, we have a shared identity. Our future is together, and we're interacting in a way that we've never interacted before. We're creating this wonderful identity as Kaapenaars, as Capians, as people who are now living in this magnificent country, which is becoming a shining beacon for Southern Africa to show just what is possible in this magnificent part of the world, and what a privilege it's been. And beyond that, now we're starting to see in many other aspects of our life that we're starting to really change the fabric of the country. We've managed to re-energize the rail network. We're now starting to get close to the original passenger numbers that we had years ago. We've now got cheap, affordable, safe public transport. We are now making great strides around land and our agriculture. And before independence, 50% of our farmland in the Western Cape was lying fallow or effectively fallow. Now we're returning much of that to use, and not just to use, but through the willing buyer, willing seller model. We've got people who were no longer interested in agriculture off of those farms. We've managed to turn those around into world-leading institutions where we're putting it state-of-the-art technology in, and through our training programs and mentorships, then we're bringing aspirant farmers from all communities together and bringing these farmers back into economic production. And of course, one of the great issues, if you remember, before independence, the Western Cape had the highest murder rate in the world. It was a crime hotspot, and by cleaning up the police force, by getting rid of the corrupt leadership, by imposing merit, by putting people for their own communities into local police stations and creating a disciplined professional service, we're now seeing crime rates plummeting. There's still work to do, but we are now feeling like a safe country where people feel much safer to walk on the streets, and ultimately much easier now to make your living safely and within the law than it is to make your living illegally, because you're very likely to end up in jail. So just a huge thank you for everybody. There's lots of work still to be done on Grace, but I mean, thank you so much for these 5 years. What a magnificent ride it's been, and we're just so grateful that we've now been able to build this first world country at South Africa's southern tip, and you have been absolutely at the heart of that. Thank you very much, and we look forward to many more State of the Nation addresses to come.